How about that Roane trucking? You got that radio on?
Yeah, come on.
Well, thanks for taking her out there on the road. I met you earlier today at the 2015 Guilty by Association Truck Show, and we got to talking a little bit, and we got us an opportunity to come out onto the road and see what the Freightliner looks like. There's been some folks that watch the videos that have been asking for different truck makes and models to be involved in these rolling CB interviews, so I figured we'd go ahead and get us a Coronado out here.
Yeah, it's one of the good trucks, man. I kind of like the Coronado. It's a good riding truck.
10-4. How long you been driving that one for?
This one here, I've been with this company here for about 3 months. I've been driving the trucks for 10 years.
Well, that's a good deal. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get something out of the way, because I know that people are going to be curious about what they see with the trucks. And you said you've been with this company for 3 months, and what happened to the bumper there on that left side?
Man, honestly, it was like that when I got it. The driver that was in it before me, I believe he hit a deer or something and kind of bent it up a little bit. Hadn't had a chance to get back in the shop and get it straightened out.
I was imagining that would be the case, so I wanted to just go ahead and get that out of the way so there's no reflection on you as a driver. But with that being said, what do you haul with the truck?
We usually do just general flatbed lumber, some steel rebar, overland, do a couple of step deck loads too.
And for the length of time that you've been driving, you said that was about 10 years. What type of equipment did you operate?
I've done refrigerated. Majority I've done is van. I was an owner-operator for Roane Transportation for about a year till I came over here with these guys, and I'm liking it so far, man. Everything's doing pretty good. Everything's going well.
So you were an owner-operator, but you decided to just hop in a company truck for right now, or?
Well, I was an owner-operator, and my wife, she ended up getting diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, so her doctor took off her job and everything, and she wasn't able to work like she wanted to, so basically, just a trucker's life, man. Either give up the truck or give up your house. So I said, hey, I'll just give up the truck and go back to company driving, and honestly, I felt like it was a better decision for the best.
10-4. Well, what type of truck were you driving before you got into this?
I was driving a 2011 Peterbilt 387. Nothing special, just a basic truck.
So compared to what you were driving to the Freightliner, you'll make some comparisons for those that are interested.
Oh man, a totally different ride. A totally different ride. Like I said, this one here is a Fitzgerald Glider that my boss has. Basically, he's put money into the company and everything, and he felt that these would be the best way to go. This is a good riding truck, air ride front end, completely owner-operator, spec'd out, a completely different truck compared to what I was driving.
That's nice to hear. Let's talk about power. What does it got power-wise?
It's pushing the 500 horse Detroit 60 series, 10-speed, full heating transmission, 336 rear ends. Compared to any other truck I've driven, man, and this is the honest to God truth, compared to any other trucks that I've driven Cascadias, I've driven Peterbilts, I've driven other Freightliners, I can honestly say that this Coronado has got one of the best rides I've ever had. Very little road noise, man. I mean, literally, I can barely hear anything outside. As far as the room inside, this is just a 70-inch mid-roof, and I've got plenty of room inside here, man. So, all in all, this truck is truly one of the best trucks I've ever driven.
The viewers that watch the videos, they want to know, how to get themselves from, driving from a company into an owner-operator position. And since you had done that, what would be your advice?
Man, to be honest with you, if you're gonna go back in, if you're gonna go into being an owner-operator, first and foremost, and this is the most important thing in my book, just make sure that you're financially stable before you go and purchase a truck or whatever, because you have to think about it. A truck nowadays, you're going to be spending anywhere from $70,000 to anywhere to $120,000 on a truck, and that's just a truck alone, and not to mention you have to pay for your own insurance and all this other stuff. Make sure you're financially stable. I tell a lot of guys, don't go after the big brand new trucks and stuff just because, okay, low miles, yeah, true enough, that truck may have low miles and your maintenance cost is going to be really low, but what you're going to be paying in a truck note is going to basically make up for that maintenance account. And on the other end, don't go out and just buy a 95 Freightliner just because, okay, the owner said that it's in good condition. If you can get a truck within, 400,000 to 700,000 miles, man, you're pretty much gonna be pretty good with whatever you buy.
The next step would be, finding customers, getting things going that way. What would you say to that?
The best thing to do would be to just find you a good company that you can lease onto. Now, if you plan on getting your own authority and doing your own thing, then hats off to you. Because finding customers nowadays, man, it's really hard. But I don't discourage anybody to go after your own authority. You're not going to make all the money in the world. That's point blank. But if you go out there and you work hard, just look for you enough to make it by, make your truck payments, and make your house note or whatever you got going on. Make sure that the bills are paid first, and then, whatever you got left over, just save up your money. So if something happens with the truck, you can either pay cash to get it done, or, if you want to make it out of a show truck, you've got money that's sitting back that you can actually work with. If you go out there looking for the big bucks, I hate to say it, you may be bound to fail. If you go out there with a sound mind and just say, hey, I'm just going to do my best and I'm going to do what I can and do what I got to do, 9 times out of 10, that driver's going to succeed and make it out.
I never asked you your name. We've been talking for a little bit. What's your name and what do you use for a CB handle?
CB handle is Monster. My name is Jammie Cross.
What would be some of the things you'd want to communicate with a motorist as they drive in and around your truck in order to remain safe?
To me, stay off and beside my truck. I mean, I can honestly say that I've seen my share of, drivers not being able to see the four-wheeler in the mirror, and next thing you know, you got a catastrophe, man. I just wish that people knew, hey, just because I'm bigger than you, doesn't mean I can see you. If you look at a truck from behind in the left lane and I'm in the right lane, you can automatically see that there is 5 turn signals that are visible. You got so many people that would just ride beside a truck and, I see his blinkers on, but I got enough time to get in front of him. I mean, that's just one pet peeve of mine. Number 2, if I'm in the left lane, if I'm not moving fast enough for you, just back off and just let me have my time so I can get on around the truck. Some of these trucks are governed to where we can barely pass anybody. So, I mean, the ideal thing would be to just back off and just let me get past that other truck.
Another thing I'm going to ask you about would be the move over law. Most people are aware of that. Some people are not aware of it, but it's just simply move over if there's a state patrol or police person or emergency vehicle on the right shoulder. What are some of the things that you've seen four-wheelers do in terms of not getting over?
I've seen it where I'll be in the right lane and I'll have my signal on for like a mile, and the car sees the blue lights coming up, and they just pretend like I'm one of the other cars. They just keep going in the left lane instead of just letting me over, and then I have to wonder, okay, am I brushing up against this state trooper or what am I doing? I feel like the move over law should apply to, as far as if you see anybody, period, on the shoulder with emergency flashes on or brake lights or whatever, if you see any vehicle on the shoulder, whether it's empty or not, I mean, good rule of thumbs, I mean, just get over, because you never know who's going to get out of their car. You never know when they're going to get out of it.
You know, you never know if they are having a medical issue or anything like that, and one misstep could present a situation.
Exactly.
So, Jammie, as we get ready to get back in here to the show, the 2015 Guilty by Association Truck Show, you know, this morning you came up and you introduced yourself, and I'm always excited to meet the people that watch the videos in person. And you told me that you watch these videos all the time, and even to a point to where I think you took up part of your weekend. Tell the viewers again what that was. I thought that was pretty funny.
Man, I came home one weekend and my wife was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm getting on the internet to look at YouTube." And she was like, "Oh my God, are you looking at big rig videos again?" I said, "Yeah." Well, needless to say, by the time I got done, everybody in the house was sleeping. It was about, I think it was about 12 hours later when I got done looking at it, and I was like, "Oh my God, have I been up that long?" Well, it had been so long I hadn't been able to get to sleep, so I just stayed up watching them till I fell asleep.
Talk about overdosing, huh? That's a good deal. If you're gonna watch some good stuff, I guess watching trucks go down the road wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah, especially when they get videotaped by a guy that knows what he's doing there, right?
Well, I appreciate that, man. Well, Jammie, it's been a pleasure to meet you today and get to understand a little bit about yourself and what you do and what you've done. Thanks again for sharing what you shared. It's been enlightening, and hopefully others will take a little bit from what you shared and apply it to their life if they're looking to do the same thing.
Yeah, tenfold, man, it's been a pleasure. It's basically been a dream come true, man. I love trucks, and I honestly thank you for everything that you do out here as far as trying to get the word out and trying to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. And honestly, man, I want you to keep up the good work, and I hope you get this out there.
It's going to be one of those deals where if the trucks keep on trucking, I'm going to keep on filming.
And we're going to keep on watching that, tenfold.
10-4. All right, man. Well, you get back in here and get ready for that convoy. They got one heck of a big convoy set up, and enjoy that, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Tenfold, you be safe.